Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we are ready to go to Ganon's tower, or castle. It's the final stretch of the game, and probably, well, definitely the most difficult under these minimalist circumstances. Do I have a fairy? I better make sure I have a fairy. I have a fairy. So there's what our inventory looks like. There's what this equipment screen looks like, all the stuff that's not upgraded. You can see we're missing a third sword because it's not required to complete the game. Alright, so you may be wondering, how are we going to get in there? Do we use our hook shot? Do we use... we don't have to use anything. Link, can you hear me? It's Rauru, the sage. We six will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle where Ganondorf dwells. The castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda. Well, it's nice that the sages are actually doing something for me now. And we just have to cross the rainbow magical bridge to get into Ganon's castle. Really scary kind of view, because if you fall through there, well, that doesn't look like anything you want to be swimming in. Alright, so now we're inside Ganon's castle. We'll start with a couple beam guys, but we can just run past them. None of this matters. This is the part that matters. They gonna give us a cutscene? I thought they gave us a cutscene. Got a little too close to it there. Yeah, there's a barrier to the upper part of the tower. We have to go through 6 areas. Each of these areas represent the 6 different temples. Now, the one I like to start with, and you will soon see why, is the shadow area. And they all have elements primarily from their thing. Am I supposed to get that treasure? I don't think I'm supposed to get that treasure. I am supposed to have the Lens of Truth and some fire arrows. Lens doesn't do what I need it to do, so fire arrows. Sharp shooting skills activate. And we'll make our way over here. I believe that small treasure just had arrows or something in it. I hope it doesn't have a key. I'm going to be really sad if it does. Oh, well, there's a magic refill. Should probably not get those pots, because I'm going to need... I need sharp shooting skills. I'm going to need refills of that stuff a bit later. Ha! I'm 2 for 2. We are off to a great start. We are not off to a great start. Alright, well, maybe I will get that small treasure. Yeah, I wasn't taking my time on that shot. Come on, open the... It's totally worth it. Totally. I'm gonna try and shoot around this guy. And your mirror shield cannot get eaten either, so that's always nice. Alright, let's try this again. You know, I sometimes think that the hover boots are a little bit easier to work with as far as this section is concerned. Oh, I almost thought that was going to be off. Or not. Take 3. And then we're going to have to go out and get a fairy, apparently. Alright, no hover shoes. This should not be as difficult as what I'm making it out to be. Maybe I'm just trying to make up for all the times I didn't have sharpshooting skills. That's a possibility, too. Alright. Getting my practice in for the final stretch. Hey. Okay, and that gives us a big box. And we can hookshot our way back up there. But this is the big box that I want to get, because it's a required big box. What's in the required big box? The golden gauntlets. So that is the main item treasure of this area. It is required in order to get through here. We have a rusted switch. That'll open that up. I'm just trying to conserve the lens of truth, or our magic, rather. Wow, it was scary. And that torch will just light up all of the, or materialize all those other floors. It took us way too long to get through here. So... See, I told you guys we'd be getting refills, and then you have this weird little blobby thing. And when I first played this as a kid, I didn't know what to do with this. I just assumed we couldn't do anything with it yet at this point, because the game doesn't really tell you what to do or give you any hints. But you have to shoot a light arrow at the thing. Yes, our light arrows that we just got, and then the sage of whatever temple you're in is going to appear and ask us to save the princess, give an appropriate colored glowing light, and then teleport us back out to the main room, where we'll see a scene of the shadow barrier disappearing on there. Hooray. And now it kind of doesn't matter which order you go in, but as you can see, there are some like very, very huge pieces, huge blocks that you need to get rid of. No, yeah. 24 seconds. I think we need more time to do this. This is obviously the fire temple. Now, this platform, it'll start disappearing, or sinking rather, unless we wear the hover shoes. Or even if we do wear the hover shoes. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, Link. I thought for sure this doesn't... Ah, see? It doesn't disappear. It doesn't sink as long as we start standing on it with the hover shoes. And if you're quick, you can get back. That one's going to be an issue for us to get to. But clearly this is another area where we want to collect the 5 silver crystals to unlock the door. This isn't collecting the silver crystals isn't something that we had in the fire temple, but the rest of the stuff is reminiscent of fire temple stuff. Don't worry too much about the falling. As long as you're at the ladder or at the ledge when your hover runs out, you'll grab onto the ledge and climb up. And this is our golden gauntlets in action. Yeah, that makes you quite powerful. So yeah, that's why I like to do the shadow part first, just because there are so many areas, or several other areas, that require us to have the golden gauntlet. And you can see there. Oh, do I have to recollect all those? It does not look like it. So yeah, you go through like all these sort of mini areas. And we'll arrive at a place like this after each one. The jars don't always have the same stuff in them. Sometimes they have magic and arrows, sometimes they have hearts, sometimes they have money. The money's not that useful. But there's the fire barrier down, and there's Darunia. Once you have the golden gauntlets, it doesn't really matter which order you go in. I do believe there's still a map and compass to pick up. So we'll come down here to the next one. Actually, is there anything in the middle over here? I don't think there is. No, there's not. And you can see this one's kind of being blocked by another one of these large things. Also, if you go outside the Ganon's castle right now, in that area where there was the Great Fairy in the as Child Link, right over by the castle, there's one of those big blocks that you can now lift. This is the light area. And the light area is just kind of like a mixture, sort of wild card area. It almost feels more like a shadow temple sort of area than anything else. But we didn't have anything established for a light area or a light temple because we didn't have to deal with a light temple. So we'll just take out these invisible enemies. Oh, there's one more. We'll get a treasure box. Some of these are fake boxes. This should be our key. Yep, that's our key. A couple of these boxes are going to hurt us. Yep. But we'll open them all just for the sake of fun. There's some arrows. So yeah, we didn't have a light temple to go through. I guess that was something that kind of got cut from the original plans of the game. We were just kind of became an adult and were given the light medallion. And we got a recovery heart to recover from all of those attacks. So, yeah, I wonder what we're supposed to do here. But with using the Lens of Truth, I always felt a little weird for the light temple portion of it. I don't know. But that's the way they designed it. Oh, the box fell. And now we come into this area, which is a timed area. We have to collect the 5 coins. If you don't collect all of them, I believe you just get shot out the other side, or shot out back to the entrance. Ouch. And the way we get up there is with this. Ta-da! Oh, and you only have this much time to even exit the room. So, yeah. And then you get to this part, which... Oh, really? Watch for the shadows of monsters. You didn't tell me that, Navi. Okay, so you've got that thing. But also, I remember as a kid, first time I came here, got to this room, I'm like, well, there's nothing here. I can't do anything here. So I went back out, and I ended up coming back through this place several times, but turns out you just have to look a little harder to find the truth. So yeah, these mini dungeon sections can include, can be like several small rooms, small challenges, or just one big room, and we've kind of seen both of those. And the light bearer is dispelled, hurry! That's totally not the same voice I used earlier. Oh well. And the light bearer is dispelled, so we'll take on the next 3 parts, next 3 barriers next time.